Never die. 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 Never die.
Fuck you.
All right, it is Wednesday. It is September 8th, 3:07 p.m. and I have a friend on from the East Coast because I'm from the West Coast. But before we get into that, I want to thank Blackstone Labs for sponsoring this podcast. And you get 20% off your entire order at blackstonelabs.com. That is 20% off your entire order, blackstonelabs.com. Proteins, branched-chain amino acids, pre-workouts, thermogenics, whatever you need, whatever you want, whatever you're trying to achieve in the gym, Blackstone Labs can help you. You can get 20% off your entire order at blackstonelabs.com. Just use promo code B to the fourth power at checkout. Jon Andersen's Thrive. I have lost 36 pounds in 8 fucking weeks, and I have no issue keeping it off. I have no issue fucking with the diet. I can eat all I fucking want. And guess what? This shit fucking works. So if you want to change your life, change your body, well, guess the fuck what? Reach out to me, reach out to Jon, and start the fucking program. Get a hold of your life. That is Body Transformation Thrive Program with Jon Andersen at Deepwater Motivation. Feast Mode. Feast Mode is a flavor company. I barbecue. I queue it up. I like my meat to taste delicious, and I like my vegetables to be fucking spicy. So guess the fuck what I use? Asiago jalapeno, Tennessee whiskey from Feast Mode. And guess what? You can get 10% off your order at feastmode.com. Just use promo code AngryDad at checkout and get hooked the fuck up. Get what you need from sweet to heat. Also, too, CH Concrete serving the San Francisco Bear. That is CH Concrete serving the San Francisco Bear. No job too big, no job too small. Residential, commercial, does not matter. CH Concrete can help you. Just mention Angry Dad and they'll take care of you. Sleep Terror Clothing. Look, hats, art prints, shirts, and you know what? Beautiful beard oil. For those who know, those who watch, I have a beautiful beard, and my guest has one too. And you know what? We only slather it with Leviathan Cross. Leviathan Cross smells good, feels good, looks good, and comes in a bottle that does not fucking spill. No stupid fucking dropper to drop. Nothing to knock the fuck over. Nothing to make a mess. And guess what? Get yourself some fucking beard oil at sleepterrorclothing.com. Use promo code Untrained on your first fucking order. Hemp Bombs, I use CBD. CBD is something I use, something I fucking approve of. Yeah, I have a bad back, bad shoulder, and you know the fuck what? I used to have to wake up, stretch, warm the fuck up, just so my back would feel fucking better before I even thought about slinging my feet over my bed. And you know what? A couple of drops under the tongue, and I'm good to go. You're rested, relaxed, recovered with Hemp Bombs, and you can get one item 50% off right now with the code AngryDad50 because this episode is 500. Hemp Bombs reached out to me and they were like, look, we're going to give you a 50% off coupon because you are hitting your 500th episode. And with that, all that said and done, I want to get right into it. I have DJ. DJ is my podcast brother from another mother. Every time I hear him speak, it's like I'm talking. It's like someone speaking for me. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous because he talks, thinks just like me. And that's why I fucking love his podcast. That's why I love his wife. They are like the spitting image of me and my wife. And it's fucking hilarious. DJ, thank you for coming on for my 500th episode.
Dude, thanks for having me back on. Like by the way, congratulations on all the new sponsors. Like Jon, dude, can I just tell you something about Jon? That dude, for anyone who is like wondering if this guy is legit, like I just like on a whim, just like I think it was like I liked one of his stories or something like that. And me and him have been like not recently, but we've been corresponding. Like he will message you back. He is a super genuine dude. Like there is no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no
bullshit about him.
Yeah, there's nothing unreal about that dude. Like He is the guy. So I don't know. It's really awesome. I'm glad all of this is like coming together for you.
Oh yeah. No, like I said, it's weird because like you know, you just push forward and things just happen. You know what I'm saying? Like Feast Mode. And you know, it's funny. So I go to fitness conventions. I love bodybuilding. So I go to bodybuilding conventions. And I found out about Feast Mode maybe about like 4 years ago, maybe more, maybe 5 years ago. And it was just a small brand that were just selling like little venues. Like, you know, hey, we have some seasoning, come try them out. So I started buying. I'm like, man, this shit is fucking good. And it's none of that bullshit either. Like the worst thing it has in it is beet sugar. And that's fucking it. Everything else, I can actually read the fucking label and pronounce every fucking word without having to fucking like, I'm not Googling that because I can't even fucking spell it from right or looking at it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's the thing. okay, like, I don't know. What I appreciate is that, like, I've seen Feast Mode in your stories long before you ever got sponsored by them. Like, you and I have spoken about hemp bombs. Like, I cannot say enough good about CBD. Like, it's all legit. Like, you're doing it the way everyone wants to be doing it as far as sponsors go. So congrats.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the craziest thing too, is I've had a lot of people like hit me with sponsorships. I'm like, well, I never used your shit, so I don't know your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I can't just throw my name on something that is just fucking bullshit. Because right off top, I don't bullshit nobody. I'm straight up with everybody. And a lot of times too, I'll tell people, like, I'll buy your product and then I'll try it. And they're like, no, I'll send you something. Like, now, first of all, let me pay for my money. And if I feel fucking good about it after I bought it and used it, and I would purchase it again, guess what? I'd throw my fucking name on it.
Yeah. And that's what it is. So Ben, I have one important question for you.
What's that?
How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm fucking, all right. And this is going to go right into a tangent. I was doing good. I had a whole bunch of shit planned out for tomorrow. And, but I'm going to tell you exactly what really tipped my day over. And we've talked about this. Everybody who listens to this fucking podcast understands that I hate people who drive like shit. All right.
Yes.
And something that really gets under my skin is someone who will drive in the slow lane, in the fast lane, going the speed limit. And we all understand what the flow of fucking traffic is. But let me tell you something right now. It's my pet peeve when that happens, but I also have something I like to do. I will stay a car and a half distance away, just enough to annoy them, to force them to move, or for them to be like, no, I'm going to stay right here. And I will stick with it. I will stay. I will not flinch. I will not flinch. I will make the person in front of me feel so uncomfortable that they start freaking out. All right. That's me. That's what I do. I do not fucking flinch. And let me tell you right now, this guy was going about 65. So I get up on him and I'm just right fucking behind him. And they speed up a little bit. But then I kind of see him look in his mirror, look at me. I'm like, oh, it's fucking on. It is fucking on. All right. So he slows down to 65. We're in the fast lane. There's fucking a pile of people behind us. I'm like, nope. No fucks given. One of us is going to fucking freak and one of us is going to fucking quit. And we must have went like 10 fucking miles with me I'm not on his ass, but I'm just close enough for him to see me. And I'm just deadpan, just like, okay. And then they're like freaking out. I can see them gesturing. I can see them like, I don't understand why this person's behind me. Get the fuck over to the fucking slow lane. Know your fucking role. Know your fucking spot. And guess what? I didn't fucking flinch. They pulled over and then they stared right at me. And guess what? Didn't even look at it. Didn't even acknowledge him. I made it feel like, oh no, I was just doing that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to feel that uncomfortable.
But that's the thing. Like, what people don't, like, guys on our side of that and guys on the other side of that are in front, like, we both don't know what we're getting into, because I guarantee you, if you had truly looked over and been like, okay, you want to do this? And to see Ben Bowman step out of the car, you just run a red light at that point. You do not stick around to find out what happens. But that's the thing too, is like, Florida is crazy because like, we're just all crazy here. Like, the guy in front's crazy. The guy in back's crazy. Doesn't matter how big or small they are. Everyone has a gun. Possibly.
Yep.
You don't know who's just going to lay it up on the dashboard to be like, okay, what do you want to do now? I'm not as big as you, Ben, but now I have a gun. And you're like, all right, well, how crazy am I? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's got to be a coastal thing, because I feel like terrible drivers, like people that go out of their way to be terrible, it seems like a coastal thing. Like, I feel like middle America does not understand what we're talking about right now.
Oh yeah, middle America does not understand, because guess what? It's not only coastal cities and major cities, because there's only a handful of major cities in the center of the United States. And those are the people that are from the coast move to those cities only. So that's why you have those people in those cities. But that's it. You know what I'm saying? And just to say, like, I'm always 100% in. My chips are like, boom. Oh, you're going full throttle? It's about to be nasty right now. You know what I'm saying? If you shoot me, you better make sure you make it a kill shot, because hitting me in the leg ain't going to stop me. Shooting me in my arm ain't going to stop me. Somebody's going to get fucked up.
And like we were brought up wildly differently, so it can't be upbringing. Like I don't know what it is, but I have it in my heart to just be like, all right, I don't know why. I'm an old man at this point. I'm what children consider old. I am 38. And yet, if someone cuts me off in traffic, I have two responses. I have to fight everything inside of me not to do the thing that my body wants to do, or just completely give into the process and possibly kill someone by running them off the road. Like I don't know why it is. There's no reason for it.
There's no reason. but that's where we sit on the same boat, because like I said, you know, the majority of the time I have my family in my car, the kids in the car. I'm like, all right, I got to fight that urge. No, it's just me alone, and it's you and me. You know what I'm saying?
But do you notice that the most egregious things happen when your family is with you?
100% of the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
I wish this is the time that if they weren't here, I would crash my car into this person because they are ridiculous.
Fucking ridiculous. Like, and it's just so funny because, like, you know, there's just so many incidences. Like I can't even leave because I live just slightly out of town, so I always got to get on the freeway to do things, and it's just I'm like. That's why I just stay in my and I'm a one lane person. Like once I pick a lane, that's where I stay. I don't care how fast or how slow it's going. That's the lane I'm in, and that's the lane I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just too much bullshit. People bobbing and weaving and in and out. You know,
dude, it's real bad. That is real bad here. Like I saw two people almost absolutely murder themselves on the interstate the other day. But my big thing too is like recently my schedule has changed because I'm normally like super early morning guy. And now it's been pushed back like 2 hours. And I got to tell you, there is nothing as bothersome as 2 hours later traffic. Like no matter what, if you're starting, no, it doesn't matter what time you start, 2 hours later is so much worse. There's just no comparison because you're like, how did the dummies wait until now to come out? And why am I here with them? Am I just as dumb? Like what, how is this a thing?
When I used to truck drive, I used to have to start at 7. But then if I left at 7, I'm sitting in traffic in a big rig the whole fucking time. And so what I would do is I would just purposely show up to work at like 5:45, walk in like, hey, can I start early? And so because I walked in there and I was early, but yeah, go right ahead. And so it was like almost an unwritten rule because I wasn't supposed to start that early. I was like, I fucking hate dealing with traffic so fucking much that I would just show up to work early and just be like, hope and pray. They just so I can bypass all that fucking 1 hour traffic.
Well, but in a big rig too, like that's got to like my truck at my work truck is a stick shift. So I got to imagine that whether you're in like I don't know, is it rare now to have an automatic semi truck or
it's not as rare anymore. You know what I'm saying? It most trucks will be standard, but a lot of trucks nowadays are just going to be automatic because it's just like and here's the crazy thing too. Like when you get a commercial driver's license, if you take your driving test in an automatic, you're only allowed to drive an automatic. But if you drive it in a regular standard truck, guess what? You can drive anything. It doesn't matter if it's an automatic or not. You know what I'm saying? But there is a fucking difference.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing. Everything I've ever heard is that standard on a semi truck is not standard everywhere else.
No,
like,
every truck is different. Every truck is different. But the thing is, it's way easier to drive because, like, you know what? On a standard, when you fucking, you know, when you give it clutch and gas, you got at the same time. With a big rig, doesn't work like that. You just let your foot off the clutch and it goes. You don't even got to gas it. You know what I'm saying?
So I gotta know, not to shift gears, too much. But like the last time we talked, I think your shoulder had just been worked on. Like how is all of that going now?
Man, I'm still off of work. I was supposed to be back to work in February, but workman's comp is like, oh, we're canceling, we're moving. And so I've basically not received the treatment I needed to fix my arm to go back to work. And now it's still all fucked up. And so now I'm at the point where the doctor's like, oh, because of what's happening, you're going to have to get another surgery to fix from the first surgery from not getting the physical therapy.
Jesus Christ. So wait a minute. So what is the extent of it still being messed up? Like, do you just not still have full range of motion, or is it still in pain, or what?
Well, I still have full range of motion. I don't have full range of motion. Everything's still in pain. I've lost a tremendous amount of grip strength, and now I have numbness all in my arm. You know what I'm saying? And then there's like, I get popping sounds now. And so if I move my shoulder up and down, it'll sound like pop. It'll almost like a snap peanut brittle. It's like, it's hilarious. And so, I talked to the doctor. He's like, what do you mean you haven't gotten any of this? And I told him, I was like, look, I can only go to the appointments they allow me to go to. I can't do anything further than that. And so, due to workman's comp fucking me, you know what I'm saying? A 3 month, me being off for 3 months, it's turned basically a year now. You know what I'm saying? I was off last November. November's getting ready to come up. And guess what? That'll be a year off of work. You know what I'm saying? And they're just, it's fucking hilarious because I can't do anything, but at the same time, I'm taking effort on all the time that I have. I've increased my networking. I've increased my podcasting. I've continued doing my stand-up comedy now. So now I'm doing plenty of shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping myself as busy as I can and using this time up as much as I possibly can. Because once this time's up and I get to go back to work, guess what? I'm not gonna be able to do as much as I was doing.
But still, you've set yourself up pretty well to have a semi well-oiled machine to be able to kind of go in the place of what you were doing or what you are doing now. Oh, yeah. And I gotta know, Jon's his I don't want all his secrets or anything, but I know one of your some of your things is being in the gym, doing all of these things. Is it again, I'm not trying to get all the secrets for free.
No.
Is it just straight up just eating, or is it is there some working out that you're still able to do?
Now check this out. This is one of the greatest fucking questions that I had, because Jon, I've had full-on conversation. I talk with Jon all the time, and I broke down hey, check it out. This is what's up with my shoulder, and I have back issues, and I have heart issues, and I had to go through the whole spiel with him, full range of motion, stuff like that. So he's all, look, do what you can, and what I can do is my basic physical therapy for the little bit of physical therapy that I received. And when you go to physical therapy, they give you printouts. So basically, I'm just doing my physical therapy workouts. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting in that kind of work. I'm doing a lot of stretching, trying to keep my mobility. I'm just doing as best I can. But unfortunately, I want to say back in April, I did some kind of raise, and my whole bicep and chest area turned purple. And so I stopped, and that's what made things worse. But the thing is I'm still actively doing that. But I have an elliptical machine, and I have a treadmill. And because I have heart issues, I have to do at least 30 minutes of cardio. And what Jon's program is, you literally don't have to do any cardio. You literally don't have to work out. All you got to do is follow the follow the eating program. He will give you a workout program, because that comes with the whole program. But the thing is I'm going to tell you this is all basic information for everybody. He will have a full-on conversation with you, asking you about your diet. How do you eat? Your food availability, how are you available to eat? Are you, how much, there's so many personal notes that he wants to know. What kind of meat you like, what kind of seasonings you like, what kind of, vegetables you eating. And then that all gets incorporated into your own personal meal plan. And with mine, I eat a lot of red meat, and guess what I get to have? I literally eat I do 5 meals a day, and out of those 5 meals, 4 of those meals is steak. You know what I'm saying? So I'm eating steak and asparagus and all the little in-betweens that I'm allowed to have. And then plus I drink my water. And it's so counterintuitive from what I know in training and bodybuilding and in working out. His program is so simplified. It never clicked in my head to even try to do what he says. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how to eat in a calorie deficit, but his is in a calorie deficit. Guess what? When you're hungry, you eat. You know what I'm saying? Period. So I can eat all 5 of my meals, but say at the end of the day, if I'm still hungry, I get to eat another one if I want to. Or if I'm feeling tired and sluggish and it's not even time for me to eat yet, eat again. You know what I'm saying? It's constantly, he's constantly eating. And it's something I can do because I fucking barbecue and I grill it up all the fucking time.
as we see in the stories.
That's
No,
it.
I only asked because like I have a buddy, he got into a motorcycle accident a number of years ago and like he messed up his leg really bad.
Yeah.
And I actually sent him one of Jon Andersen's posts because I was like, look, man, I was like, this dude is for sure legit. And just from what you said, and like you can see it, like you can
Yeah.
see it on you, like
Yeah.
the change that's happened.
36 pounds, bro.
So I don't know. Like I don't want to make this like a big the ad show.
Well, no,
but,
it's not
like,
even the ad show, but you know, like you don't be surprised at how many people reach out to me and be like, what's up with this? Is this real? I'm like, not, did you not see me? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
like,
the thing. Like you are a legit dude, and so I mean, I know it's technically supposed to be the other way around, but you, in my mind, like when you did the longer episode that you did initially with Jon,
yeah.
like that in my mind lent credibility to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have believed him on his own, but I mean, anyone who listens to you for any length of time, like you are not going to just follow anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I will call people on shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I had Flat Earth Dave, I was like, I kind of had to just let that one go. But I was, you know what I'm saying?
That was an amazing episode. That was amazing. Like that dude, he is always, Flat Earth Dave is always on the cusp of like having someone almost believe him, and then he'll just say some nonsense.
Yeah.
Like the thing. I honestly considered dragging the table, come back from the dead to have that guy on. But I feel like I would just like be mean to him because it seems like every time he talks, because I've heard him talk to you, I've heard him talk to the boys on Creatures of the Night. And one through line with that dude is like, he eventually gets rude. And he just is like, you know, I can't, says something adjacent to like, I can't help that you're stupid and you learn this stuff and you're too dumb to realize what I'm saying. And I'm like, bro, you are not winning hearts and minds calling the hosts, like just making these backhanded, backhanded whatever to the host. I don't know. That guy, he almost has me every time, then rubs me the wrong way. I'm like, bro, just get it.
Hey, he was like, I know you believe. I'm like, bro, look, say your piece because I understand math. I understand the world. I've seen a lot of shit, and I've talked to. I used to be heavy into the UFO community, and I've had legit scientists give me measurements. Like, check this out. This is, and I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just hearing them go, I'm like, bro, you can't say that I fucking believe. Understand that I'm going to hear you. You know, but what's even better though is like on my YouTube page, when I posted that video, it blew up, but the comment section was fire. I was like, oh shit. And I'm always interacting as much as I can. So I started liking every comment. And then one person, why are you liking all the comments? These people, the trolls, like your comment.
Yeah, I'm a troll too. Like. Well, like one thing that's crazy about him is that like, I don't know this to be true because I don't know what his background is, but it's as crazy to me as me just reading 5 books on weightlifting and then coming back to you and telling you what weightlifting is and how to do it and that you've been doing it wrong this whole time and that the way that you really should be doing it is with a flat bar instead of a round one. And like, just it's just like he doesn't strike me as someone who's done anything. Like he's just read some things on the internet and is like, you know what? I connected these 2 dots that no one seemed to connect. By the way, that's the thing about any person like that goes too far off the deep end is like they think they've connected these 2 dots that no one else has connected. And that happens. People connect dots that aren't normally connected and they get somewhere new that no one has ever been before. But the problem is when you don't know when to abandon these 2 dots that maybe should never have been connected and you're in too deep and you have an app and you charge people for this app and you go on everyone's podcast and tell them that they're dumb. Like it's crazy.
I knew it was going to be a train wreck. That's why I did it anyways. I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had a good laugh in a while. It was hilarious to me. And it was funny too, because like he sent me an email. I was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. You know, and then schedule an appointment with me. So I was like, fuck it, I scheduled an appointment with him. And I was like, all right, let the shit show begin.
He came to you or you went to him?
Oh, he came to me. Oh, you'd be surprised, man. Like I get DMs all the time, like, "Hey, I'd love to be in a show." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." But watch my, and I always reply, "Do you watch my show?" And a lot of times I'll never get a response back. You know what I'm saying? Because I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Like, hey, have you seen this show? Would you like to be tied to this show? Do you understand what I fucking say on this show? You know what I'm saying? And you know,
I mean, the good news is we live in an age now to where if someone legit, like, have you ever had anyone be like, I actually did listen to your show and your mouth is foul and I don't like it and I will not be on your show? Like, has that happened?
Oh yeah. I've had, you know, just an email like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I just looked into your," because you know, what these people do is they literally Google what's, you know, popular in podcasts, and because mine says Angry Dad, I always pop up in parental videos, you know, or parental rounds. And so like I even had a kiddie show good band group want to be on my show, and I was like, "Are you sure? You sure?"
Wait, those were the two dudes, right?
Yeah, the Captain and Cat
on your show, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I like those dudes.
Oh yeah, but that's what I said. I was like, "Now, are you sure?" You know what I mean? Because I am not on your guys' spectrum of what family shows are.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I think, like, especially those two guys going to do your show, like, it should speak worlds for them, because it's like, all right, we are real people. Like, we have this thing that we do and that we're interested in, but also we're adults. We can hear a dirty word or two and we're not, our sensibilities aren't offended.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As you know, that's just one of those things, like, you know, like I love having guests on, and I love when, like, even to when I did the podcast with Timothy Singh, he did that movie Last Action, or In Search of the Last Action Hero.
Yes.
And I didn't even see his email. It got lost in like my junk. And so I was like, and I looked it up, and I read his email, and I was like, "Oh man, this guy seems, you know, real nice letter. So, you know, listen to the podcast, listen to my show. So that, you know, I see that you do an action movie podcast too, and I definitely like just to talk to you." And so I was like, all right. So I looked him up, and, you know, he does have 2 legit books, and he was a producer of the movie. So sure shit, I was like, fuck yeah, bro, let's do this. Even though I emailed him 2 months after the fact, you know, things like out there.
Listen, we all know, we've all seen the things that are supposed to go to primary that go to junk or promotional or whatever. And all right. That dude was awesome, because I mean, he brought a lot of stuff to the table that I did not know before. I always love hearing any stories that anyone has to say about Alan Rickman.
Oh yeah.
Like, you get, I don't know, I like the guests you get. I don't know how I ended up on here. I have nothing to offer other than, you know, some kind words, but
let me tell you something right now. The reason you end up on this show and why you're on this show is because, and it, like I said, it all ties back to Uncle Randy. Uncle Randy introduced me to you, and then you introduced me to the Inner Circle. But when I first started listening to you guys' show, I was like, this is what me and my wife do on a regular basis. We'll literally sit down on, and we didn't podcast it. We just sit down on the couch and then just shoot the shit about bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then she would look at me and be like, "Why are you being so fucking stupid?" You know, because you know what I'm talking about, that eye roll, like she'll just glance over and kind of.
I see it every week.
Yeah, exactly. And then my wife used this to the show. She, you know what? Let me ask this question. Please. Because she always asks me to ask.
We would like I Married a Bigfoot to come back on a regular basis.
Yes. Oh, we're working on that. You know what I'm saying? When you got kids and you try to do something on a Sunday, sure, you know, especially when it requires both parents, it makes it fucking so difficult. Yes. But what she wanted to know is, you guys always say, "See you next Tuesday" at the end of every one of your podcasts. Yes. And she wants to know, are you using the acronym, or are you just mean "see you next Tuesday"? Because "see you next Tuesday" means cunt.
I don't know. I'm doing the shrug emoji right now.
That's it.
Can I tell you, okay. So full disclosure, the Untrained Eye was like a project I never thought would actually end up happening, because there was a long time where Beth, my wife and co-host of the Untrained Eye, did not have really any interest in podcasting at all. And then once she finally got some interest in it and we got it up and running, like, you know, if you listen to our first handful of episodes, I just embarrass myself every episode because, like, I give this preamble of like, hey guys, it's me, DJ, from the show you're about to hear. You're about to hear a show. We talk about some things. It gets pretty crazy, and then it's over. Anyway, here's what I just said, but longer. Like, that was the first thing I did. That was ridiculous, and thankfully went away. And the other thing was like, I don't know why I was like, I so needed like a sign off, and the see you next Tuesday thing. Like at first I was like, that might be a little too vulgar. Maybe people will tune out because of it. And then at some point, like one thing I think every indie person, I can only speak for podcasters, but anyone who does anything independently, you reach that point of where like you have the thing that initially set you off, like whether you're a musician or podcaster, you have these people that you look up to and you idolize and you try and be like them. And then you slowly start to become whoever it is that you're going to be in that. And then you start not caring. You're like, I'm going to do the thing I like to do. And if people don't like it, that's fine. But I need to like this, so I don't care if you like it. And then that's when, because if you listen, see you next Tuesday has not the first, I would say those first handful were not in because I was very trepidatious. I was like, I need something. And then one day I was like, I don't care if anyone likes it or not. Like I like it. I think it's funny.
My wife likes it too. She always finds it funny. She always texts him and asks him. I'm like, I will one of these days.
Listen, I think she should do a podcast like yours, like I think she should do the Angry Mom. Like one thing I've always thought of is like, you're really good at hitting everything in a wide enough way, whether it's in one episode or whether it's in like a week's worth of episodes, that you will like, there is not a time when I have a block of episodes to listen to that there's not at least one that all of them are good, but there's always one that like really hits to what is happening to me usually that day. And I wonder if there isn't like, I can ingest what you're saying and, you know, kind of put it back out into the world in the way that I need to, because I understand where you're coming from and what you mean when you're saying it. And I wonder, because I think Beth or other women could hear that, but I don't know if they're going to ingest it and put it back out into the world, if they even put it back out into the world in the same way, just because you're there. It's so hard to, come from that perspective.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if your wife has any interest in doing anything like that, but I would be interested to see if she had a not so angry mom version of your show that she would be interested in doing. Cause I think getting that same kind of motivation, but from a female perspective to other females, I think would have legs of its own.
Oh no, that definitely sounds like a good idea. But I'll talk to her about it definitely, because there's two sides to every coin, and I'm the loud side of that coin, and my wife's the reserve side of the coin, where she'll grab me by the collar and start reeling me back to reality as I'm trying to choke people out in life.
Yes. Isn't it sad though, those times when you're like, listen, I know what you're trying to do right now. I've got to ignore that. I have to kill this person.
Exactly. Trust me, there's many times where she's just like, is this really happening? I was like, yes, this is really happening. And I'm going to say it, because I'll just spout out at the mouth. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I've had rude people say things to me with like, shut the fuck up. Or like, what are you going to do about it? Or fucking like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, you don't think I'll step over your line in the sand, right? Because guess what?
Yes. Go on. Sorry.
No, I was saying, like I said, whatever it requires, I don't flinch. I will say outrageous shit in front of people to make this fucking as awkward and as most eyes on it as possible.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I don't have the height intimidation on me, so I have to rely more on like just giving them the best zing that I can to like make them feel stupid with words, to be like, is that what you're gonna do? Something like that. Like, and that I feel like is almost more dangerous in some ways, because then they're like, all right, well, you want to do this, let's get loud then.
Exactly.
Because like I can't stop myself sometimes from getting loud with people that I should absolutely not be getting loud with. Like, I shouldn't be a smart ass to people that I am just like, yeah, man, this is happening. I'm going to make you feel as little as possible.
Yep.
And I'm going to make you be not an adult for a second and want to punch me in the face. Like, that's my only power that I have.
And that's how I roll. I mean, hey, it's hard not to control that, because, like I said, it's like a switch. As soon as somebody flips it, I'm on. Guess what?
So
I'm on.
you know what's crazy about that? I've always been angry, but like up until the last like maybe 5 years, maybe 10, I never really took a lot of action on that anger. Like, I was very like, I still am like a very like scared person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very like
everybody's nervous. That's what it is. It's nerves.
Dude, I am a super nervous person. Like, a lot of people don't buy that when I say it, but like, I actually don't like confrontation as much as I get into confrontations. But it's weird because I think the older I've gotten, the more I'm like, I just don't have time for anything. So rather than like let this person, even if it's just a perceived get one over on me, I just have to beat them to the punch of like, I know this is going to be awkward and I don't want to do it, but that is fueling the fire of I have to do this now. And I have to follow this thread all the way through. And if I don't, then there's going to be a little thing in my brain that's never going to let it die. And I'm not going to be able to go to sleep tonight because I'm going to have murder in my heart. And
exactly. Like I said, because I'm just 1 year older than you. And like I said, there's only so much anybody can take. And I had to take it from when I was a little kid. So by the time I was about 16, I already had enough. And I'm like, and I was a monster growing up. I was a freak. You know what I'm saying? By the time I was 10, I was already 5'11", bro. I was already 220 pounds. I was a full fucking grown man at 10 years old, you know? And I had everybody, and I was so awkward and flimsy. Like, you know, the people make fun of me, pick on me, all that bullshit. By the time I got to fucking middle school, at the end of middle school, done. Once I came into like balance and understanding and learned how to fight, I fought everybody. It did not fucking matter. Oh, this is what we're gonna do. This is what you know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I lived in the hood, bro. I was like, hey, it's fight or flight. You know, I was not flying anymore. It's all about sticking in the fucking pit doing it.
Did you ever fight teachers? Like, did you ever get in a fist fight with a teacher?
Yeah, I've gotten a fist fight with you.
How old were you and how did it go down?
Well, it's all high school, but the thing is like I said, you gotta fucking know who knocked you out to know who knocked you out. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that goes. That's just how that goes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
so are you saying you just came from behind? And
yeah, no, I'll tell you right now. I have no problem sucker punching, macing, tasing, hitting somebody over the head with something to win a fight. You know why? Because there's no fucking rules. There are no. If I need to, I'll bite somebody's fucking nose off. I don't give a fuck. There's no rules.
I could not agree more. If there's a loose brick, it's going in your face.
Yeah.
If you are down, that is the perfect time to kick you. You're at the great height for kicking. Like, there is no such thing as like, oh, that wasn't fair. Oh, wasn't it? Because I won. Yeah. So that's not fair either. But who's standing?
Exactly. And for the majority of the time, whoever talks to the police first wins first.
For sure. By the way, one thing I learned by accident is if you're the one that calls the police and they know that you're the one that called the police, like that is because what was it? I got into an accident. Actually a semi truck driver. He took a turn that he shouldn't have taken, and he just barely. I was hauling a trailer behind me, and he just tipped two of his tires on and flattened both of them. Oh. And he tried to tell me it was my fault and blah blah blah. But I was at a red light, just waiting. Yeah, wasn't he moving? Exactly. So he tries to like do our insurance or whatever. And the company I work for is like, hey, if there's an accident, call the cops immediately. Yeah. So that's exactly what I did. And after everything was said and done, and it was just me and the cop left. I was like, because I can't stop myself sometimes. I'm like, so tell me truly, like, I'm not going to hold you to this. I'm like, what do you actually think happened? And all the cop said to me was, you were the only one that called the police. So I'm going to bid you farewell. And he just left.
And that's the truth. And that's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
You shouldn't call the cops in a fight, kids. Don't be the one to call the cops. And if you
you fuck them up and then you call the cops. That's how that fucking works. All right. You got a couple of bruises on your face, on your hand. Guess what? I had to defend myself. Period. There was like 20 of them, but they all ran.
I don't know, man. I haven't been in a fight or even something close to a fight in so long that I don't know how I feel about it anymore. But I know that the fights that I got in high school, again, few and far between, but like that was like it. Like you would fight and then there usually wasn't any more to be said about it. Like you either were the one that beat somebody's ass or you got your ass beat. And then that was just kind of how it was. Whereas now I think the move is to work. As much as I like seeing someone that deserves getting knocked out, I think the worst thing to happen to fighting is the cell phone. Like the fact that you can record it and put it on TikTok or on Instagram or whatever, it's just the worst. Like people you should not know. You should just not know that if you lip off to the wrong person, you might just get clapped and just be knocked out and wake up in a hospital room. Like, I don't know what happened.
That's it. It's hilarious because as you always, it's like, the most unassuming guy is trained a lot of the fucking times. You know what I'm saying? I was picked on, so guess what I did? I learned karate, I learned jujitsu, I learned boxing, and then dink dink, you're on the floor because you thought wrong.
Because you thought wrong, or you're asleep and you just woke up and everyone's like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" You're like, what happened? I don't remember falling asleep. Like that's the point, my dude.
I don't want to go to school, Mom.
Where do you think you are, man?
Oh yeah. Growing up, like I said, my mom, I wanted to, watching karate movies. I was always a big action movie guy, so I ended up doing a couple of years of karate. So I got my second degree black belt in actual, like just point style fighting karate. And then in middle school, and not in middle school, but a little bit of high school, I did collegiate wrestling. And then from collegiate wrestling, when I got older, I actually started training eskrima and just like actual knife fighting. I was actually fucking training like how to fight with knives. Yeah, I had an ex-Marine, he opened up a place and it was all we were doing was just hand-to-hand combat. You know what I'm saying? So like I fucking picked up a ridiculous amount of fucking fighting ability and skill at a young age. You know what I'm saying? And even like we had summers where my best friend's uncle was a Golden Gloves boxer and he would just literally boot camp us during the summertime fucking doing boxing.
So what worried you as a kid? Like what was there anything that you were like that legitimately kept you up at night that you were like, man, I hope this doesn't happen to me?
It's crazy as fuck because I was so used to seeing crazy shit that
that's what I mean. You talked about seeing the crazy stuff when you were a kid. So what is it that like was there ever anything that you saw or that you thought about that you were like, God almighty, I've seen everything and I hope this doesn't happen?
And that even as you said, nothing comes to my mind because like, the neighborhood we lived in, people fighting on the corners and all that stuff. And my family has a big name in the city that I'm from. And because of that, my name was in that mix. So, my uncles would do crazy shit. I would see robberies. I'd see drive-bys. I see, people getting jumped, people getting stabbed, people getting shot at. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was just you get numb, like you just get desensitized. That's what it is. I was just 100% desensitized by seeing these things. Like one of the most horrific things I've ever seen is my uncle's friend ODing in my backyard while my uncle's fucking high as fuck, trying to get his best friend to wake up, throwing water on him, telling me at 8 years old to call 911 because he was supposed to be home watching me while my grandma and my mom went to the store. And so I'm like, and my uncle used to always play jokes on me. So I was like, whatever. So I walk in the backyard and then just slumped over, completely lifeless. His best friend, in which he used to always cut my hair, was just literally just overdosed. I call 911. I'm like, this guy just walked. My uncle's telling me, just tell him somebody walked into the backyard. So I'm on the phone with 911. Somebody just walked into my backyard OD'd. I don't know who he is. Send the ambulance. And then my uncle, as soon as he hears the sirens, he leaves. they come and take him. He lived though. He didn't die. You know what I'm saying? He was around for a long time, but you know, it's just the kind of shit that I just grew up seeing. You know what I'm saying? I've literally seen my uncle sexually harass a Ninja Turtle.
All right. No. Go on. You need to expand upon sexually harassed Ninja Turtle.
Well, where I lived, it was like a complex. It was duplexes in the front, a big house in the back, and then like a little side house. And it was a huge yard. So my whole family lived there. So we'd have these giant fucking parties. Anybody had a birthday, it was just a bit, you know, mariachis, fucking barbecue, fucking carne asada, fucking, you know, like roasting pigs, goats, you know, beer. It would always be this all out fucking party. Yeah. And when we were younger, what ended up happening is my brother liked Ninja Turtle. You know, we all like Ninja Turtle. So my mom hired a Ninja Turtle to come over to the house, you know, all dressed up in costume. You know, that wasn't the best fucking costume, but it was a Ninja Turtle costume. And so apparently my uncle had seen that it was a woman. And so my uncle all drunk. And so he's like filling all up on the Ninja Turtle. And then like halfway through the party, the Ninja Turtle left him and everyone was like, what's going on? It's like, your uncle, he was playing with the Ninja Turtle and she didn't like it.
I really wanted that story to end with, and then that turtle turned around and karate kicked him right in the stomach. So at 8 years old, you were having craziness happen. Like, were you just inherently like street smart? Like, was that just bred into you? Or did you have moments where they were like, hey, we need to rely on you for this? And you were like, sorry, I'm a kid. I'm gonna do little kid stuff right now.
Not once I probably maybe around 13, I got a talk. You know what I'm saying? My uncle sat me down like, this is the way of our world. This is what we do. This is the gang that we're part of. This is who we represent. This is who we are. And he instilled, you know, a bit of honor in me and understanding of you reflect us. So because you reflect us, you need to act accordingly. And so to act accordingly this is how you need to be. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, like I couldn't just be like I could do crazy shit and get away with crazy shit. But the thing is once we got outside of town, I had to be respectful towards other people. But if someone was disrespectful to me, I had to 100% handle that situation right there and then, unless my life was 100% in danger. Because like back in the day, all we ever did was fist fight. You know what I'm saying? A couple of bats, knives would pop out, but nothing like guns. And so things just had to be handled accordingly. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people understood like, oh, all right, keep it one-on-one. If someone jumps in, we all jump in. So it's a big ass fucking gang war. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he gave me the lowdown on, you know, being street smart and understanding and watching and seeing and getting what it means to be from the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a little bit of a talking, like a little bit of a passing of the torch. Like my uncle was this crazy guy. And then here you go. You know what I'm saying? My dad wasn't in the picture, but all my uncles were. And my craziest uncle was the one that was always around and always like, you know, watching my back and always like, you know, pointing shit out or like, you know, give me a couple of joints before school, you know, like, you know, he's just always just watching and taking care of, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, and you know, I can hear stories from people because my uncle's name's Albino. And so when I go to the neighborhood or if I run from older people in the neighborhood, they're like, hey, who's your family? I tell them my family's name. And then I'd be like, who's your uncle? I'd be like, oh, Albino. And next thing you know, I'm getting a robbery story, drug smuggling, fucking, you know, like, you know, this guy, he almost stabbed a fucking guy for a beer run. You know what I'm saying? Like getting in fights, bar fights, you know, it's just, you know, just the craziest shit in the fucking world, you know?
So that code kind of never really went away from you. It's kind of just in your DNA now.
Well, like I said, I was born and raised, and like when I was growing up, I literally had a crew of friends that's how we basically like all there was like 5 of us and 4 of us made it out, but all of us knew, guess what? This is what we do. This is who we are. And we roll 100% for each other. So, you know, if one falls, we all fall. If one goes, we all go. You know, if one's going to stand, we're all going to stand. And so like that camaraderie that we had always stuck. So the meaning of family is something that was so instilled in us that like we don't back out, we don't stop, we keep pushing forward together for what the cause is, and the cause is to protect the neighborhood.
Well, and that is what's crazy is like people hear gang or gang activity or whatever, and they immediately think bad. And of course, there's a lot of bad that goes with it. But like you here today is like living proof that just because you come from a certain situation doesn't mean that you can't spin that in, because like no one, I guarantee you, no one that if anyone that's just heard you speak would not, that didn't see you wouldn't be like, oh, this guy might have been part of a gang. But like your sensibility is not that of that. I don't think someone would, their first jump wouldn't be like, that dude was for sure in a gang. Like your family is important to you. Your friends are important to you. You get the things that you need to get done. And I just think it's funny that people don't like, of course, again, a lot of bad things, but like the good thing, like there are like, you got, even though your dad wasn't there, like you got those things that like a father should have taught a son, and we're able to take the good parts of that, leave the bad parts behind, and then go and make this life for yourself. And like, I think that's, not saying that we should, be like, hey, we're so happy people are in gangs, but like, there's not nothing to get out of it. You know what I mean? Because not only did you take that out of it, like now you have this life experience that like is something you could pass on to your kids in a way that is not going to be destructive.
Yep.
You can tell them legit stories about, or not, impress upon them like this is how the world is. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the guy that read a book. Like I didn't read a book called Gang Life. Like I lived the life. I lived in the cul-de-sac. It all happened. Like it was crazy. And I'm here to tell the tale.
Oh yeah. It's just one of those things like, I always told myself when I was younger, and like, this is at a young age, like probably from as much as I can remember. And I used to always say, if I have kids, I'm never going to be like my dad. I'm going to fucking take care of them and always be there for them. And when my first son was born, happened to be right when I was turning 18. And I was like, that's it. I work, I take care of my family, and that's it. And everyone respected it because like, I never went back to the streets. I just was like, nope, I work, I pay the bills, I take care of the kids. Even though I still lived in the neighborhood, everyone understood like, no, he's got his shit straight now. Leave him be.
And that's good. Like, again, it's good that you were able to do that. Like you already had that. You had what you did behind you and your own reputation. Cause by the way, there are people that come to that neighborhood and they're like, oh yeah, Ben. And they're like, oh, let me tell you about Ben.
Exactly.
Talk to my uncle.
You guess what? You know what I'm saying? That's exactly the case. I always used to laugh because like, in my neighborhood on my street, I would be like, I would never let nothing happen. Like I would have people like, oh yeah, or like come and try to like, you hear, I don't know if you guys have sideshows out there.
Like circus sideshows?
No. Like we have out here called sideshows where basically, whoever has cars and they're all souped up or junkers, they'll just whip donuts in the corners.
Yes, we have that. I don't know what to call them here, but we for sure have that.
Well, yeah, out here we call them sideshows. And so, I had a couple of people on each one of my corners, and they would, start whipping donuts. And I would tell them, like, look, at nighttime, I don't give a fuck, but my kids are outside. So if I hear, and it'd be like a group of 10, me by myself in my slippers with a tank top on. If I got to come back out here, I'm going to fuck every one of you guys. And these are all young kids too. And they're like, oh, we're sorry, man. We're sorry. Well, just, like he was just having fun. I'm like, it's all good. It's all good. But understand that, you know what I'm saying? This is my fucking block. This from this corner, don't fuck with my shit. A lot of times people will be like,
well, I mean, people are like my way watered down version of that is like, we had a neighbor behind us that they were playing music. It was like 11 o'clock on a Sunday and I just couldn't stand it. And it got to the point where I had to come out and be like, yo, turn the music off like 3 times. First, I was like, turn it down. And the third time I'm like, turn it off. And there's something, again, this goes to that, like, something about just going out and doing the thing, especially if you're by yourself, like just adds to the lore, whether it's there or not, of like, why is this crazy person coming out and talking to me like this? Because their neighbor on the other side was a cop. And they were like, well, and they told, I had no idea, but they're like, this dude is a cop. Maybe we should get him involved. And I start screaming then. I'm like, we should get him involved. In fact, I'm going to go call the cops right now and we can ask them about noise ordinance. And then all of a sudden they were like, hey, listen. You will hear no more. And I never heard a peep from them ever again.
And appreciate it. Now, let me go. I'm going to go off of what you just said with the neighbor. All right. For those who know, my wife, I avoided TikTok like the plague. All right. I knew it was coming. I seen it. And my wife relentlessly sent me TikToks through text message to the point where I was like, all right, let me download this fucking app so I can check it out. And so going through this app, I'm like, holy shit. There is like, because like I thought it was just people singing. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was just people like it's only girls dancing. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to watch that shit. And so I started doing TikToks and what's it called, but I get heavily sucked into like neighbor argument TikToks. All right. I love seeing two neighbors, one crazy neighbor, one sensible neighbor going at it. And then you always see the clever neighbor be like, oh, she wants to fuck on me, huh? And then they purposely just start fucking poking the bull, poking the stick. And I'm like, why do I gotta have cool, like the neighbors where I live, cool as fuck. No fucking issues. These guys, everyone around me, my side neighbors, my back neighbor. And I'm like, damn it, man, I'm missing out.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, you're not missing out, because that one instance that I had, that's all the other neighbors. And even those people still live there. Never had one more issue with them. By the way, I don't hate them. Like, I just wanted to go to sleep on a Sunday night. That's all. Party all you want Friday and Saturday, but damn it, son. I got to go to work on Monday early.
Take that nap.
For sure. And by the way, 11 p.m. Okay, not 11 a.m. This was 11 p.m. That was all going on.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what was I going to say? Yeah, I've never had another issue. And I'm telling you, like, we want to move from where we are now. But one of the main things, because we're so far from everything.
Yeah.
One of the top, if not the top reason to not want to move is our neighbors are cool. Like, we don't mess with them. They don't mess with us. Nobody says anything. We just wave. Hey, how's it going? Hey, your mail came over here. And that's it. And there's no nothing.
And those are the best. Like I said, it's exactly what I got here. You know, oh, here's your mail. Or like, you know, we grow peppers and tomatoes. They grow peppers and tomatoes. And so we always like going back and forth. They're super nice. We keep an eye on our house. We're getting ready to leave. Keep an eye on our house. We're getting ready to leave. And guess what? It's all fucking fine and dandy and it's fucking great. But at the same time, just a little bit of conflict with it hurt here and there. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking for something that I just to have a little fun with, that I don't need that kind of fun.
See, you want to see it. You want to look across the yard and see it, and then maybe have to intervene. Nobody wants that really at their front door, because then now it's something you got to think about all the time. And you're like, ugh, is it going to be 11 o'clock? And I'm going to have that lady, for some reason, the same lady in every TikTok that just ding, 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 ding. Just will not stop with the doorbell.
And I've 100%, I've 100% already played out that idea in my head. I just opened my door, butt fucking naked with my hat on. I'm like, can I help you? You know what I'm saying? I'm in my house. You came to my door. You know what I'm saying? Or how I just let them in and then whisper in there, I'm going to get you in the middle of the night. And then be like, all right, have a good day. You know what I'm saying?
No, man, I want no smoke. I want no smoke with them.
I don't want the smoke and I don't want the headache, but man, they make it look like a lot of fun.
They do. You know what's funny? I was just telling somebody this the other day. I was behind somebody. Actually, this was like a month or two ago at Wendy's, and then someone had butted in front of somebody else. I don't know what the situation was, but I know there were two dudes with their windows down. One guy got out and they're yelling at each other, and I'm like, yes, this is awesome. So I get my food. They're still yelling at each other. Food is getting cold, but I decide to like take a detour and like
that loop
right where I could see them. And I'm like sitting there and I'm waiting, and I'm like, someone's getting ready to get pulled out of their truck. I know it. and nothing. They just like yelled at each other, then got in their trucks and drove away. I was like, man, this is ridiculous. Like, why do something? This is Florida. By the way, this is Florida, the place where the craziness, everyone says it's always crazy all the time. We're wrestling alligators. We're throwing, I don't know, meth gator. We're just doing everything. Everything is happening. And then nothing. It's freaking dorks just get in their trucks and go away.
Just, not even a fucking doing anything. They didn't even kick the car.
They didn't kick the car. They didn't even yell loud enough to where I could actually hear them. I just kind of heard like slightly louder mumblings. Like, I'm not completely convinced that they just didn't know each other and were just too loud.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you the other thing I love about TikTok is, you ever see those moral ones, those moral videos?
You mean like someone that's like, this is how you should be living your life?
No. Like they do like a whole scenario of like what a bad person is doing, and then a good person intervenes, and then something happens to that good person because the bad person did something, and then it all plays out the end where the good person wins and the bad person feels like absolute shit.
You know what? I don't know that. What I do know is the ones that like, have you seen the ones
they're always the same three people.
They're nice, but they bother me. It's the guy that's like, I literally just saw one like an hour ago. Well, more than an hour ago. The guy's like, I see this homeless woman every day, and I give her a compliment and $1. And I found out today was her birthday. So I took her to the store and got her a new pair of shoes and got her some breakfast and got her this thing. And it's just like, I got her this cell phone. It's like him taking pictures with her or whatever. And I'm like, this is a nice thing you're doing, but like your face is all over it. So it makes it kind of weird.
Yeah, it makes it like completely weird.
Yeah, because it's like, especially when it comes from a verified tag, because you're like, this is not for niceness. This is for so you keep getting those sweet views that are going to get you that ad revenue.
Well, I'm going to send you some of those ones that I watch, because like I said, it's like a guilty pleasure. I can't fucking help it. It's like watching it's like watching a slow train wreck. It's happening. And then it's like, dud.
I am glad you're back, by the way. I don't know if you're talking about it.
Thank you. You know, DJ with the power of DJ, he brought me back because I was banded for a week for my, if you see that, don't do that videos. And I'm like, how in the hell are the regular videos still up if mine's is getting and like, it would be like instant. I wouldn't even get a view. As soon as I post it, 2 seconds later, community guideline strike. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Like, that's what's crazy is, did they ever tell you how long you were actually banned, or did it just come back one day?
It just came back one day. Like, I think I had 3 or 4 24-hour bans, and then I just can just start posting again. You know what I'm saying? And then this one, like every day I would check it, and you know, like, okay, I'm not getting anything, and then you message me. One of the guys from the All Bros messaged me, like, they're like, why? What'd you do? And I'm like, I'm just fucking community bandit right now, bro. I can't send nothing, show nothing, can't like, comment, or anything. All I can do is just watch.
Like, I know you've reached out to Instagram before. Have you reached out to TikTok yet to be like, yo, I'm your guy?
I ain't got no clout on TikTok yet. You know what I'm saying? If TikTok and Instagram were all connected, I probably have a little say so there. But with TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Like with Instagram, I've lost my account a few times, but they instantly reinstated.
Well, because do you put your TikToks to Reels as well? Yeah.
No, that's what I've been doing. So now, like, if I know it's gonna be something, it's gonna, from now on, if I know it's gonna be something community guideline, I'm just gonna put it straight to Reels and not even worry about TikTok, because you know what I'm saying. like even right now, like, you know, I got a huge Instagram, but I got a small Facebook, I got a small YouTube, and my TikTok is, you know, like I said, I've only like a little over 2,000 followers, and so like, you know, I can't fucking, you know, I got no say in anything.
Like, you at least grind it out. Like you've seen it. Like we followed each other for a while now. Like I have spurts where like I will like go hard, but like now I'm so far behind, like on Instagram, like it is like everything I can do to get stuff out on Twitter. Like I'm telling you, I know we talk about it. I feel like I talk about this every other time that I'm on with any other podcaster everywhere, but like, people, you don't understand. Like, you just get to go on social media and consume.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing to like be putting a thing out all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's like even once a week, like you put stuff out every day, but me once a week, I'm like, Jesus, why are we still doing this? Is there stuff like can I tell you, I wish we made money just so I made just enough money to pay somebody else to do it, because I don't want to think about it.
Hey, it is not like I said, when I started doing Instagram when it first started, and I figured out a few things, and I've had a couple of people that are other influencers like, hey, these are the points, and this is what you do, this is how you post. And so, you know, I made my own set of rules, and my own set of rules seem to work for me. So like I said, and I'm always online because I'm always looking for content or looking for just I got nothing to do right now. So I got all the time in the world right now. And so I just scroll through. Oh, that makes me laugh. It goes up. And then I literally copy and paste my hashtags, put it right on my fucking picture, and then let it go. And that's it. But those hashtags are so important that if you Google Angry Dad Podcast, I will be the first 3 pages on Google.
That's amazing,
yeah.
By the way.
I
gotta know. I wonder what happens when you Google the Untrained Eye.
Oh, you guys pop right up.
Do we?
Yeah.
You know, I've always wondered if it's because I've Googled myself in the past, or if what.
Well, that's the importance of hashtags. You know what I'm saying? Those hashtags like create gravity.
And that's the thing. Like, that's what eventually killed me, is like I had a little bit of steam using hashtags. Like if you go way back on our Instagram, when I hashtag stuff, like you'll see like there is a lot more likes to whatever, but like the thing that killed me personally is like it never turned into downloads. So I'm like, at some point I was like, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like you like that again, what people don't realize about the brilliance of the Angry Dad podcast is that you also have a podcast that can fit within the IGTV parameters. Like, so you can put that up there too. So that's just one more thing that is like driving people to be like, all right, I can find it on Instagram. I can watch enough of it to know like, oh, maybe I do want to move to YouTube. Maybe I do want to move to Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever it is. Whereas, you know, everything I've done has either been the Untrained Eye with my wife, which is like a minimum of like an hour and a half, or Dragging the Table, which started as like, you know, just little musings from me that were like maybe 15 or 20 minutes to, it went to interviews or conversations. And then again, time just got away from me so much that, Dragging the Table, by the way, Dragging the Table, not dead. But again, like I just
in hibernation.
Exactly. Like if I always said, if I ever had to choose between the two, like I would much rather do the one with my wife, because even though I enjoy Dragging the Table and talking to new people and stuff like that, like, you know, that's only one conversation. Like I love my wife. I'm living with her. Like I would much rather do that than be like, sorry, rather than have an hour-long conversation with you where we're just talking to each other, I'm going to go talk to a stranger for a while. So just be quiet, because the microphone picks up everything. Yeah. So I don't know. Like that's where it kind of like, I was never good at, and I've never been good at social media ever. Like people have been fooled into thinking that I'm somewhat decent at it, but I'm for sure, I can show you the interactions that prove not so.
Let me tell you something right now.
The juice just became not worth the squeeze. Like I like putting it out there just so if someone does have something to say about it, they can say something and put it somewhere. But other than that, I'm like, you know, my time is already in every different direction anyway.
Exactly. Now it's how it goes. Like I have my group of my podcasters for my network. I do all their posting basically. A lot of them post here and there. But like as soon as they get an episode up, I just post it. I got the time, I have the ability, and I have the knowledge. And so I have my SIP network page where I get it, I post it. I get it. I literally steal their own information. I take their picture, I take their information, I copy and paste it, and then I post it for them. And then I put it on an IG story. And then one of the other things I do too is I just network from that page with other podcasts. I'm like, look, if you like my shit, I will repost your shit. And then that's how that builds that network. You know what I'm saying? Because people are like, man, hey, look, you ain't got to do nothing. just, like it, comment. Hey, if you want, tag this podcast network in there, and guess what? It will automatically be reposted. And, that's just how that goes. But I enjoy posting. I enjoy the social media. And I'm going to let you know, I actually got my IGTV monetized.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude.
I literally just received my first $100 payment from them.
Dude. Yes. That is what I love to hear, is like when people start making any amount of money for doing this, because it is like, everyone who is doing this podcasting thing the way that we are doing it needs to hear that. Like, they don't necessarily need to hear dollar amounts, but to know that you are getting something back for that. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, we all do it for the love of the game. That's first and foremost. We just love to do this thing. But if someone wants to throw me a couple bones for doing it, I'm not going to say, oh, no, my sensibilities will not allow for that. I am a purist. Absolutely not. I will hawk all the things. Okay. Exactly. Like, hey, listen, all you companies out there, I don't need to have tried your product. If you want to pay me thousands of dollars to talk about it, I will. If you want to talk about hairy shavers, I'm never going to shave this beard, but I will hawk your shaver, dude.
I'll tell you, hey. Well, and it was funny because I got an email from Instagram. They're like, hey, well, first thing, they were like, hey, we'd like to promote you and just take this class. So I take a stupid fucking class. They give me $85 to take the class, and then I start getting promoted. And then the next thing I know, they're like, hey, you've qualified for monetization for IGTV. And then IGTV2 is no longer in a 15-minute format. It's a 60-minute format now. So you can literally post 60-minute videos now. And so, I'm like, all right, cool. So, but then once they implemented that and I got my monetization, I had to fill out my W-2 and I got paid. I was like this is like I said, I don't make much money. Like, even the monetization off of my regular podcast, I make $20 every month just from doing the podcast from ads. You know what I'm saying? Not my ads, but the ads they play before and they play after, and that's it. But if you and this is the one thing about nobody knows what an impression is or what holds the definition of an impression, because if a definition of an impression supposed to be equal to a penny, I should not ever have to fucking work again. But that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the impression is. I don't know, because like they give you this whole formal thing, like, oh yeah, this is what it is, but it never defines it. Never.
Because there is nothing. Because like when you're swiping through and like, oh look, the Untrained Eye was passed there, or I saw that post, but that's an impression. You swipe past it. That's it. You touch your phone as it slid by. Is it a real impression? Is it what was like? They just needed a word for it, and they were like, we'll call it an impression. Like, exactly. No, that is not what happened. That impressed nothing on no one.
It's like, what the fuck? But it's just how it goes. Like, it's possible for all of us to make money. The only thing is you don't put in that work, you don't get shit. And that's, let me tell you right now, I love working for this. I love doing this. And it literally gives me fun. So I get to sit down right here in front and just fucking blab my fucking mouth. And for some odd reason, people like to listen.
Well, and that's it. Like, the Untrained Eye, like we have official clothing and Sleep Terror clothing as, quote unquote sponsors. We don't make any money from that. Like, we just are friends with those dudes. And it's, I was honored to be asked of like, hey, would you be interested in doing this on the show? Like, yeah. Like, you are cool dudes. I appreciate you thinking that we are, a good avenue to talk about your thing. Like, so yeah, of course.
But then but that's how we all start. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just one of those things. Like, the first couple of sponsors I had, they were kind of like, oh, it's a funky, wonky deal. Like, I don't know how this works. So I don't know what to expect of you, but guess what? I can speak words and words will come out. I don't know what the end result will be, but it is what it is. But then, the more you start interacting with sponsors and people and talking with them, then, you kind of get your footing on it. You know what I'm saying? And one thing is, I don't compromise who I am. Understand you're sponsoring this. You know what I'm saying?
I love the local sponsor of CH Concrete. Every time I hear that sponsor, that is the one that lights me up the most. I love hearing that, because like there is not a whole lot of that anywhere. in podcasting, high or low, is the local ad. So, I mean, there are people just, one of the many things that I've thought of trying for the show is like trying to do something like that's more local.
Yeah.
That's specific to the area. But that's good because, by the way, like knowing you, I know like everyone probably listens to the show anyway. And like I've seen the stories come up. Like I follow CH Concrete on Instagram. Like every once in a while, I'll see them be like, they'll tag you and somebody else in there, and I'm like, hey, that's awesome.
That's it. CH Concrete. But it's just like one of those things. You know what I'm saying? That, like people like that, and like I'm an everyday fucking person. And guess what? Nothing's beneath me, and I'll sponsor whatever the fuck as long. But also too, I know they do good work. So guess what the fuck they did like this most awesome Raider stamp at one of their places one time. I was like, that's fucking legit.
I swear I either saw that on their Instagram or maybe they posted it on.
Oh, you probably did. Yeah, it's a big ass emblem right in the middle of the fucking floor of the driveway. I was like, yeah,
it's legit.
Oh yeah, it is legit. Like I said, I love doing this. I love podcasting, and just to be hitting 5 fucking hundred, it kind of like flew by because I knew it was coming. I was like, it's happening, and then like literally, you text me yesterday, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even think about that.
Dude, by the way, and congratulations on 500. That's another thing that especially a lot of us indie fools are not going to see is number 500. Like we can do this forever and we might never see 500. It's a lot. Like you put a lot of work into this thing to get to this point. So really, like you should be, I know you are, but you should be like super proud of what you've done here.
Oh yeah, no, like I definitely am. And like my mom's here visiting me today, and even she's like, 500 fucking episodes. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I listen to your podcast. You don't fucking make sense. I know, Mom. I know.
So, okay. So it might be different for you, but like, I've always said that, like, if any of my, like I found out that a couple of my family members listen to my show with my wife. And my first reaction is always, no. This is not for you. Do not. Like, was that like when you found out your mom listened to a couple, like, were you like, what'd you think? Or what'd you think? Or were you like, I don't want to know.
Anything I do, my mom thinks is stupid, period.
Well, your mom and my mom have something in common.
Like even my oldest son listens to this. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Dad, I listen to your show today. He calls me every so often when it's a good one. Like, I listen to your show today. I was like, all right, son.
What does he think? What does he think? Is it weird that he listens, or what do you think about that?
My son is 20 years old, about to be 21, and he is the hipster millennial. Like, I don't even know if he can be a millennial or the end of a millennial, because he's like, I don't know like how that age range, but he's so fucking like, I'm stupid. I don't know anything, Dad. Yeah, you're stupid. You don't know anything, but okay. You know what I'm saying? Like you could see it in his face where he thinks it and he thinks he knows it. But I'm like, you got all your smarts from me, right?
Anything you think of me, I made you.
Exactly. So you are the spitting image of my personality. You might not look like me, but you're my personality. Like it's funny as hell because like my kids' moms, they hate the fact that every one of the kids are just me in a different version. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up. I grew up a nerd, even though I was a gangster. Cartoons, comic books, comic cards, baseball cards, action, watching all kinds of crazy Dragon Ball Z since I was a youngin'. And I would expose all my kids to those things and playing video games and like having this kind of like attitude. And like because like 3 of my kids are from my first baby mama, and they're my spitting. I'm talking about music. The way they act, and it's just like it's like a little jab and twist, like exactly. I mean, listen, they're my kids.
I think there's something inherent about that anyway, because like I am not really like I didn't really get a great chance to know my dad before he died, and my mother, I cannot stand that woman. But I've had people tell me over the years that even like mannerisms, things I say, like how I act are kind of like one or the other of them. So it's like, even like it was just meant to be. Like whether you had the direct influence on them or not, you were always going to get the, come on, man. Why are they exactly you?
Exactly. That is it. That is it. My youngest son Adrian, though, he's gonna be the tallest. He's gonna be like, you can already tell he's got it in him. He's he just turned 10 and he's like right on the cusp of 5 foot.
Yeah. That's amazing. I remember, so speaking of your kids, like one of them, did he stick with it? The Jedi lightsaber training. Like I know you said one of the coaches was like a super douchebag. Like I remember
it wasn't the coach. It was one of the people fighting there.
Kid.
It was one of the other kids there. Like, cause like well, first of all, and I'm not trying to downplay or put down people that play lightsabers, do Star Wars, but there's always going to be that one douche fucking kid that thinks he's cooler than everybody because he's got the slick hair and he's like the skinny, good looking nerd, and you're better than everybody else. But that's exactly what this kid was. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh yeah. And then I'm like, hey, well, first of all, my son, you're full grown, like this person's going to be like 18, 20. My son is 16, 15 at that time, and he's bigger than you. So shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Fucking loser. And, but my son, they corrected it. They fixed it. And my son, like I said, he's his own personality. He'll tell you exactly how he fucking feels, what the fuck is going on and I told him, you got to say something. He's like, I'm going to fucking say something. So they said something and they're like, this is not cool, this and this. And so the actual teacher was like, nah, I'll take care of it. That's bullshit. That shouldn't have happened. And I'm like, all right, see, you stood up for yourself, and I didn't even have to really push you. But because of COVID, it closed.
Oh, I was going to ask, because like that's something that like I never even would have thought to like, is there anything like this? But I don't know. I remember you when you started posting that on the stories or talking about it on the show or both, whatever it was. I remember thinking like, man, when I was a kid, because my parents tried to put me in karate and I was having none of it. But if they put me into a Jedi training school, buddy, I would be the swordsman of the century.
And that's exactly it. Like my son has no motivation. I could be like, you need to do it's stupid. Everything is like I work out with me. Like it's stupid. I'm already big. But when we found that place, he wanted to go. And so guess what? Because he has the interest, because he wants to go, guess what? That they're still exercising. They're still doing shit. So exactly. I wouldn't just take him. I'd pick up his best friend and I'd pay for them both to go. You know what I'm saying? That's like you guys both do it. This tag team here. And then on Saturdays, it'd be free because they were doing the fighting, but during the week they would train. You know what I'm saying? So
cool, man.
Exactly. But like I said, I remember wanting to do shit like that. So guess the fuck what? Like, why would I not let, like I always tell my kids, I was like, you want to do something, as long as you show me you're going to do it and stick to it, guess what the fuck you're going to do? You're going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Because
as soon as you show me you don't want to do it, don't ask me for shit.
Yeah, exactly. But then that's when you get but hold on a second. It's like, no. This game is over now.
Yeah, exactly. You've had your chance. And we bought him a legit lightsaber and everything. You know what I'm saying? He's got it here at the house. The guy who owns it said that, well, if we do reopen, you know what I'm saying? You'll see, and then you guys can come on back. So, there's always a chance it could go reopen.
What are things like there in California? Like, are things closing back? Like, full disclosure, I have in the past 6 months or so almost completely checked out of anything political, anything COVID related, anything. And then every once in a while, something sneaks through that's like, California is getting ready to go wild again. New York's fixing to go wild again. Like, is it about to get wild again, or do you know, or is there?
It's not getting wild out here at all. The city, if you don't have your vaccine card, guess what? You ain't doing shit in the city. You ain't working in the city. You ain't going in a restaurant in the city. But you know what? I'm an hour away from the city, so I don't give a fuck about what's going on. I hate San Francisco, as long as everyone understands that, the Bay Area is great. Fuck the city. Fuck San Francisco. All right. It's the most garbageous place to go visit. There's literally shit everywhere. And there's more homeless people than so you just feel awkward walking around in the street. It's just it. So fuck the city. It's not worth it. There's nothing there worth it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that we even go to the city for is when we go to the comedy clubs. That's because that's where they're at. And that's it. We go there and that's it. Bullshit.
So stuff opening back up and staying open? Or
everything's open. Everything's back open. And like where we're at, just put on your fucking mask and go. And we still have people that refuse to wear masks. And guess the fuck what? They can fucking not wear their mask because if they die, I don't care. You know, if they catch COVID, go fuck yourself. If you don't care, I don't care. But guess what? I put on my fucking mask. As long as the law says I have to wear my mask or it's mandated or whatever, guess what? Mask on, end of fucking conversation. You know what I'm saying? I got my COVID shot, and the reason I got the COVID shot is because I needed it because I got underlying fucking issues.
Yeah, and that it's funny because like I know everyone for the longest time was like the masks. That is the foot in the door that they need. Like, dude, the mask is like such a low impact thing. Yeah. Like nobody cares. Yeah. Like the mask is for sure not the foot in the door. No. Because if you ask anyone to do anything above a mask, because I'm the same way. By the way, if you want me to show my Vax card somewhere, I've already thought about this because it's not really like that so much in Florida. Yeah. But if there was a place that was like, hey man, we got to see this for you to get in, I'm gonna be like, hey man, I'm not doing this thing. Bye. Yeah. Like I'm not,
later.
Like,
you just lost my business, bro. End the conversation. You've required too much of me now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, which I've had those feelings too.
That's the thing is like you do all of the things that everyone says you should do, so you're not a quote unquote bad person, and then now you have to prove it. Like what? No. Yeah. Like if a mask is proof enough that I am like doing the right thing, then so should my word. Like exactly. What do you mean? Like it's
trust me. Yeah, here, like even too, like they have the gym, the gym that we go to here. They're like, guess what? Wear your mask when you walk in. Take your mask when you get to your fucking station. End of conversation. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Cool. Whatever the rules are, that's just what I'm going to do. Because guess what? I'm not here to hassle anybody. Because I work in the same industry all these customer service people work in. So I'm not going to hassle somebody over bullshit rules that they have to enforce because it's their job. And guess what? They don't even get paid enough to enforce the rules. They're just like, I'm just telling you what they have to say. Because I've had customers when I work at Costco be like, well, you know, whoa, before you go any further, let me call my supervisor over here because he gets paid to deal with you. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I've constantly said that I will walk to the other members that I'm fucking helping, like, look, this person has an issue. I don't know what it is, but we're going to wait. So just hold on. If you guys like, go to another line. Otherwise, I have to wait for them to say what they got to say. And then end the conversation. Eyes are on them. They feel like jackasses because now everyone's waiting because of them. And guess what? No sweat off my back because I already did my part.
It's funny. I heard a comedian, one of my favorite comedians, Cash Levy. He coined a term called airport courage. And it's where once you, for some reason, like, you know, TSA is there, you know, all the security's there. So you're quick. He's like, I've just seen so many people be quick to just escalate it to the next level and start yelling in people's faces and getting crazy because they're like, I know that if anyone takes it to the next level and hits or does anything, then they're going to jail and they're getting taken down. Like that airport courage, that I feel like should be renamed to public courage because like, again, like if they saw you at the gas station, they're not going to get up in your face and be like, hey man, you're blocking the diesel. Like they're just going to wait patiently until you have filled up your vehicle and move on. But for some reason in a Costco, they're like, some idiot is just like going to point his finger at you and be like, you listen here, buddy.
Yeah. Like I'm an executive member. I'm like, okay, let me get the manager then. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. I work here.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I give no fucks what you think or say. Because guess what? I don't get paid that much to deal with you.
Well, because there's two types of people in that situation. There's the kind of guy like you that's like would attempt to be reasonable with someone if they were reasonable with them.
Yep.
There's also the other type of person that is like, this is my moment. I have power. And you want to do something. And guess what? I'm not going to let you. You have to wear a mask inside. And if you don't wear that mask, you got to leave. And
That's
just
it.
get crazy with people all of a sudden because they just have a pinch of power. And by the way, anyone who thinks they're not susceptible to that pinch, that just grain of power, you are susceptible. And there was a moment in time at my job where I was in charge of a couple other guys, and I am a self-described at that time bad boss. Like, I let the power go to my head. I was a jerk. I was out of control in some instances. Like, I just wanted things that were just impossible. Like, I was a douchebag. Like, I had to learn the hard way that like, by the way, I ruined some like friendships and relationships that I had with people that because I got that grain of power. And by the way, that grain of power wasn't even power. Like, it was nothing. Like, I just happened to be in charge of the idiots that were out doing the thing at the job at the time. But it went straight to my head, and I was like, with my hands on my, and like, I'm telling you, like, I am the other guy. I am the bad boss. Like, we all have that potential in us. It's only if you can actually notice it and correct it. Like, that is the real thing. Because I've done a lot to try and correct that over the years and not be that freaking douchebag. And it's hard. It's hard. Like, if you do have a good boss or a good coworker, treasure that person.
Oh yeah,
because they're not normal.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, they're not. There's literally something different about them, and you got to, because I've definitely had bosses and supervisors that hate my guts because I'm an overachiever when it comes to being at work. 100% overachiever. The faster I get work done, the faster I don't have to do shit. That's always been my method of madness. It's like, the faster I do it, the faster and the better I do it, the less I got to redo it. And so I've had bosses literally be like, try to use the union to fire me from certain jobs because they're like, he's doing this and this. And like, they're literally like, I used to work at a place called US Pipe and Foundry. And I used to literally make pipe, like pour iron, just like I then fucking pour iron to a machine that literally makes molten pipe out of molten iron, like the most craziest shit in the fucking world, the most manliest job you can fucking have, bro. All right. And I used to, when I finally got to the retirement level job there, after being there for like 10 years, I became a machine operator. And so I was actually controlling the machine. And so the machine used to only make like 2 or 3 pipe an hour. And I was pumping out like 20 an hour once I took over the machine. And then I was like, just bah, bah, bah. It was fucking the most funniest thing. But then the supervisor got mad because he didn't know what I did to do that. And so like, I made you're only allowed so much like scrap or so much defect, you know what I'm saying? Like, a couple can be bad and you're fine as long as your percentage is good. So because I made 20, my percentage was good and I didn't have to worry about the bad ones. And so he'd be like, well, he's doing this and this and this. And like, he's making bad pipe, and the bad pipe are coming out like shit. We can't reuse them. We can't scrap them. And so then I would be like, I'd sit back in my union. I wouldn't need my shop steward. We didn't say anything. I'd be like, ask him the numbers. Ask him the numbers. And he'd be like, what do you mean ask him the numbers? Ask him how many pipe I made and what the percentage is and what's the percentage allowed. And so he'd be like, and then so he technically had to read the percentage to the fucking HR, and the HR is like, well, what's allotted? And so it'd still be under the allotted number. And he was like, why is he in here? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the weird thing about dudes. And like, when you're working in any kind of environment like that, or construction, like I've been in, or anything like that, you're mostly working with dudes. So you're working with a bunch of people's pride. Yeah. And like, that is the problem is it's hard to say like the young buck or the new guy or whatever is doing the job better or more efficient than you even knew was possible.
Yep.
But like, now, like, through the years, I have adopted the idea of like, okay, if you want to be better than me, I'm going to help you be better than me in every way that I can.
Exactly.
Because you being amazing makes me look amazing. So if you want to do this job better than I could have ever imagined it to be done, awesome. I want to help that along as much as I possibly can. And you just tell everybody who gave you the room to do it.
Exactly. Oh my God. Goddamn, DJ.
Yeah, I know. We did a lot.
Hey, that's how does it fucking fly so fucking fast?
You're easy to talk to, Ben.
No, you're easy to talk to. Well, hey, look, I don't want to hold up too much of your time, fucking, because I was like, God damn, I just realized what time it was. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's always a good time when I got DJ on. And we got to get Beth on here. I constantly, I keep saying it, but like I said, it is what it is. We'll do it when we can. But
Beth was like, "Oh, I think I missed my chance." I was like, "You absolutely did not miss your chance.
Never.
You
she has
Ben
an open invitation. Yeah, open invitation does not matter. Oh, I got time off of work, so she can literally be like, text Ben, tell him I'm ready now. And guess the fuck what we're gonna do? We're gonna fucking podcast. It's as easy as fucking that. That's it. And you can hear my dogs. You can hear my dogs in the back barking. They're like, "What is he doing?" They're like, "You're podcasting for too long."
Are you still on there, Dad?
That's it. Well, DJ, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on a podcast with my wife called The Untrained Eye. If you care to find us on social media, we're at Untrained iPod everywhere. That's EYEPOD. And if you want to check out all of our podcast friends, you can go to innercirclepn.com. And check those folks out. But yeah.
And there's some fire ass shows on there too. Like I said, I was just listening to The Plunge today. You know what I'm saying? Them having their fucking dad boners, eh?
Listen, don't let Riley fool you. He is a YMH simp if there ever was one.
Oh yeah, no, it goes like that. So am I. That's my wife's favorite podcast right there.
Dude, we all are. I listen, I know this is going to go into another tangent, but I just want to say, like, what's funny about Riley and like loving YMH so much, he is doing the thing that I like fight against every single episode, which is doing the thing that like you really love. It's like, I love that show. I love YMH. I love all of these different shows. And it's so hard not to just be like, well, I found this funny. I want to put my own spin on it and bring it to my show and see what it is. Like,
it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I'll tell you right now. And like I said, I enjoy The Plunge. Even though, what I'm saying, Wetsky's no longer on his podcast. He like I said, he was just on that last episode with The Plunge. He's hitting episodes with everybody. And, I am horrible at trivia, but somehow he was good. You know what I'm saying? I get little sports nuggets here and there, a couple of music ones, and I'm yelling in my fucking car. But at the same time, I'm fucking when it comes to pressure, when it comes to trivia, I'm the fucking worst, bro. I'm like, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
Listen, you hear me? I'm the worst. Like, I get nothing. Like, I get it after like so long of being led to water. They're like, bro, you're drowning. You're dead. Why haven't you gotten the answer yet?
Well, I'm going to come on and I'm going to do trivia next time you guys want to do it. So you need a guest. I'll definitely say I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's going to be great, but it is what it is.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not that good at it.
Neither am I, so we're gonna do just
that's
fine.
it. All right, and with that being said, I'm the angry motherfucking dad. You want to watch my shit? IGTV, YouTube. You want to listen to it? Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, SoundCloud, Deezer, iHeartRadio. This motherfucker's everywhere. You can easily fucking find it. Rate, review, like, subscribe, all that fucking bullshit. It really helps me to fuck out. And you know what? Thank you guys for fucking watching. If you made it this far, 500 fucking episodes. Let's see how far I go, how much I go. If these dogs would shut the fuck up. But it is what it is. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Never die. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living.